Storm, earth, and fire, heed my call.
Hey everyone, welcome back. This is episode 27 now. This is going to be the kind of preparation episode. In 28, we're just going to go showcase the full Zakum clear that's going to be solo. But I think we've made the appropriate preparations given just the circumstances going on with the character. I think we adapted well. Just kind of made the best out of a situation, I suppose. But we do a number of things in this episode, a lot of which I cut out because they're very repetitive, and we've done these before. Like, you've seen these many times, countless times in previous episodes. Just a lot of paps. We start washing out our MP into HP. We do our Olaf. We take advantage of the exception for Olaf 2, just getting Orbis PQ or something done. And we also knock out all of Ellen up to Chow. And I have not done this quest line in a very long time. It's been a few years, I think. Just because I actively try to dodge this, it's very long, albeit very worth it, just in terms of the daily NX income and just, you know, exchange items and just a lot to be gained from Ellen in this area. But it's just hard for me to sit through this entire thing. These 999 kill quests, 999 ones, take up a lot of, I don't know, stamina, and I don't think anybody looks forward to it, especially doing it solo. Like, if we were able to party up with people and tackle it as a group, it would be a different story. So I throw the last 60% of the Faldas in, thinking that our luck has kind of changed, that we've turned a new leaf, and it actually definitely has not, because our luck actually gets even worse this time around in this episode. Luckily, nothing important, just kind of messing around and me just, you know, wanting to confirm that our scrolling luck sucks. Especially with 60s, those scrolls are scams. I got a 10% shoe and a staff 10% to pass before that 60, which is just so bizarre. First try on each of them. Like a shoe jump 10, staff magic attack 10. But yeah, now we're doing the tree rods here. We already got the mousy snail part done. They dropped spear attack 60s, which is really nice. Good experience. I was a little worried that this was going to be too much experience, that we were going to over level and be like 131 or something at the end of this quest line, but we're just fine. We're only going up to Chow. I'm leaving Aphenia for later. I don't think we're quite ready to take it on, just because there's a high risk of dying with Aphenia, and it's also kind of a DPS check in a way. Those ancient fairy and fairy summons will kind of put a DOT on you, like a damage over time poison. That hits pretty hard. And it's pretty constant, doesn't last a very long time. Aphenia's poison clouds do you for around 3k per tick, and just with our kind of zerk 10 range and our skill level itself, I don't think we're quite ready to take it on. So yeah, we're good on the EXP. I learned that there's a teleport point in this map, like 2 of them or 3, that helps you traverse it a lot easier and quickly. So we make do with that and just kind of use that to knock out these trees rods more quickly. I'm still wearing int equipment, which is kind of unnecessary because warriors wash out very, very efficiently. Like, it's only minus 4 MP per reset of your APR, and whereas you get, I don't know, 50 to 55 per fresh AP you put into HP. If I calculated correctly, we have around 8,900 excess HP. We can wash out all our MP to get 8,900 HP, I'm sorry. And that is way, way more than we need, because we only need 18,750 to be at 30k with HB. So that's just crazy. And you know, if we didn't get a shower, we would have 30k clean without HP, which is just ridiculous. So I wish just showered really is just a painful thing to think back on. It's such a waste, you know, just such a waste of NX. But we continue on with kind of the Ellen portion here. I think I'm just kind of looking up a guide, trying to map out the most efficient way to go about this, because we can accomplish multiple things on the way. I opt to go for these kind of boulder fragments from the stone bugs. We need a stack of 200 for the next part of the quest, I suppose. And yeah, these are all right. I thought these dropped spear attack 60s because I saw spear for A and it got cut off, but it's only accurate. I think it's spear for accuracy. So that was, yeah, sobering to see when I opened up my inventory thinking they're spear attacks, but it's all right. We don't even have a spear currently, I don't think, to work around with, because yeah, just kind of, it's either the soul spear or the Faldazian. We're probably going to stick with the Faldazian. I do a couple more DPM checks this episode, and the Faldazian is faster by around 4 minutes, I think, so it's the most optimal choice, and we won't have any accuracy issues as Zakum. So, you know, we'll just go with that option there. I'm not worried about getting stuck in attack animations. I do a few play tests also in the session here, and just confirm that nothing can kill us. Like, I think if we do 4 ticks to the right with our pot, that'll be like, should be like 20% auto HP kicking in. Even then, we'll be safe. We'll be over, you know, we'll be at like at least 4k HP towards the end of this session, because we get a ton of HP. That's my goal, because our luck has been too unreliable. I just think guaranteed, especially for our big finale, Zakum, just get a guaranteed kind of, not necessarily a power up, but just the safety net, right? Just to put my mind at ease that I'll be able to zerk this and to confidently go forward with it. Just because, you know, can't make any mistakes without that entire, you know, time there, those hours and hours. We're storaging all the etc. items we collect from these Ellen mobs for when we can unlock the exchange quest, when we do get to Affinia and clear it. It's pretty nice. We get GFA 30s from it, spears, spear 30s, just an assortment of valuable scrolls and yeah, just reward possibilities. So it's a very nice exchange NPC to full send and go there. We'll be getting a lot of Chow tusks too, so those will be nice. This is I think this is our DPM check on Pap with the slow spear. It ends up at around 27-ish minutes. I think 27 minutes 30 seconds or something. So nice. It's about, wait, no, this is a normal. This has got to be the normal spear, because we don't hit this hard with the. We hit harder with the Faldazian. So never mind. Around 30 minutes with the normal spear. So we'll do another DPM check with the slow. I go meet up with RBC and do a scrolling session here, because he has a chaos. I think he's like 1 for 6 or something outrageous like that lifetime on his account. Gets 1 to go through on I think a 3-5 PGC. And then the next one fails, and then I think the one after that makes it -3. Just a shame. So I go to scroll, try to make him feel less bad, hopefully get a couple fails or booms, just to have him maybe forget about the loss. But we actually end up getting 130 to pass out of 2, and we mess around with some fishing poles and throw some spear 10s on him, and I think they somehow end up passing. But our top is currently 18-4, 1 slot. It's a marginal damage increase, so it's nice. We'll take that. Just so strange how our luck is, because look at that. The 10% pass in the fishing pole. So now we are 3 for 4 because we used 2 10s and 1 failed. So we are at 75% at this point with 10% in this session, which is just insane. So dare I say, just stupid. We get the worst possible HP quest this time around here. We have to go to Ulu and just roar down those Montracers and just, you know, living with the permastun kind of mechanic. And I think this is just such a silly thing. I don't know if this is overlooked or something like that, but I don't think a game should have a mechanic that is not designed for certain classes, like to the point where they have to roar them down and they can't play their class normally. Like in other games, like other, you know, MMOs and stuff, you can maybe change your spec to like another off spec or something to deal with content that isn't designed for you in that kind of regard and have an easier time. But here we have no choice but to roar, have it take 10 times longer than it should. We knock out the last pre-quest as well, and we do back-to-back HP quests because I took a day break, I think. And yeah, this one's also not ideal because we had to do a long quest chain. Not really long, but we had to do a quest chain to get access or permission to enter the Shaolin Temple. And I'm not looking at Shao anytime soon. Like, we are not going to be able to do 100 mil in 10 minutes anytime, anywhere near where we're at right now. And we had to do a solo, right? Also like a 150 boss, so we are ways off. But just, if we have to do it now, we can do it now. And we're just collecting all these etc. items from these mobs that you find along the kind of maps towards the temple, or should I say back towards town, because we're just kind of backtracking here. This sequence here is okay. Like, we get around, I think, 6 checked off for Virtuoso. Played around with the thought of getting it before Zach, but there's no way we're getting it. I think we're still like 140 or something away from it. I don't even know we're going to have enough quests available to us to unlock the medal, because when I was looking through the quests available and what we have currently in progress, it's looking a little sparse. We might have to see if there's any more we can unlock as we continue to level towards high levels. I don't know, like at 170, or get the LHC stuff done. Just kind of see where we're at then, because I don't think we're going to make 1,000 as is if no new quests pop up. I'll have to kind of maybe do some math, or maybe ask somebody who has the Virtuoso and see if we're screwed or if we can still get it. If our attention spent towards these quests is, you know, not futile or anything like that. These gold monks kind of worried me initially because they're 130 and I thought they would be pretty tanky from what I remember, but it's just an accuracy issue here. They go down easily enough, and we just get that done real quick. Nice EXP. And now we're just kind of knocking out the remainder of the Lucian quests. We collected a bunch of the Jade. We picked up the Jade kind of prayer beads, so we were halfway done there, and then when we get there, kind of talk to all those NPCs, turn them all in, and then as I'm turning in the HP quest, I stop by Chimera, just poke my head in here, and then I see some, so we hunt and we get a bunch of them, like a lot. This is nice Dark Token income and NX. We actually needed a Chimera later for Olaf, but I don't know if it was my fault that I killed them all, because I could only find like one later on. But I go consult with DB Cooper because I have some questions for him. He's just a trusted and like a DK in my guild, and probably one of the top DKs in my guild currently, if not number 1 in the guild. Yeah, just has some renown, very established. He's a beast when he bosses seriously, and just knows a lot about the class. And he's kind of like a class officer, so to speak, in the guild. Like it's kind of like his responsibility to teach any kind of upcoming, you know, darks in the guild on mechanics, and just train them well for when it's time to kind of perform for a boss run. Make sure that people know what they're doing, and know all the nuances and details specific to their classes. So yeah, we get a lot of info out of him. It was a nice discussion, so appreciate him for taking the time to do that. Yeah, certainly if I was in this position and, I don't know, like a hermit was asking me how to play the Night Lord class, I would take a lot of attention and do that. This is our first Chow, by the way. It's a very easy boss. It's kind of just a boss that gets beaten up by everybody every day. Maybe even across multiple accounts for people who just did them L and pre-quest multiple times. It's just got a super knockback, has high KB threshold, so probably won't be able to KB this for a little while. It was hard on my Night Lord at least, but it doesn't do too much damage. We're never in risk of dying. It's just the boar ads kind of slow it down a little bit because our question only hits 3, so we have to like kill 1 boar from the boar to get to able to hit Chow again. I'm also looking for Tomahawk potions in addition while I'm doing these Chows until we are ready to Zac, just because I want the max haste pot for as much uptime as I can. Would just be really nice, so we don't have to mount and dismount, because the server is lagging a lot lately. There's a lot of spikes, and I learned later that lag spikes will kill us. They will kill us through pet HP, because I think it just causes it to malfunction or glitch out. So I definitely need to pick a good time to Zakum to make sure that our time there won't overlap with any of those suboptimal play times. I noticed around reset that is when the spikes are the worst, so we will definitely be doing this probably 6 to 8 hours before reset time, kind of, you know, in that time range, just to be absolutely safe. Because if I died to lag as Zakum, that would be so bad. That would be very upsetting. So yeah, on average, a chow will take us around 5-ish minutes with the Soul Spear, which is okay. I tested with the Slow Spear later. It's about like a minute faster, and that's a pretty big deal for such a short boss time to kill it. We don't get any of Tomahawk Potions, which is just, you know, that's just the in total just fashion of this Iron Man. Like, the game will just not drop certain items that we're looking for that are seemingly inconsequential. Like, I farmed like a stack of 50 of those potions, and like, I don't know, pretty quickly. I don't know, like the minimum amount of chows, because chows usually always drop the potion. So yeah, I just kind of am in this vicinity, so I start hunting some area bosses, even though I need these for Olaf later. I don't really know what I'm doing, but just might as well just do it. So we begin this HP quest here. Haven't done this one before. I think this is one of the newer ones they added when I kind of stopped doing the quests. But I don't know if this is a miscalculation. I just see the officer skeletons here, and I assume this is the best spawn map for them, but there's a map later on where the commander skeletons that has even better officer skeleton spawn rate. But yeah, I get that done there, and then we just get the remainder, I think the 5 of that, etc. for the HP quest. Nice. Yeah, fall a couple of times, so I have to climb back up, but it's no big deal. And we're climbing up in HP now, a very good amount. We get a Spirit 10 from that. That was the quest I put off way back, but I was still doing like quest specialist, if y'all remember. That was a very long time ago. So yeah, just to watch a warrior, you put all your fresh AP on each level up into HP. You get around 50 to 55 per AP point, and then you reset your MP -4 into your main stat, and you just rinse and repeat. It's a lot simpler than watching these very heavy classes like Night Lords or Bowmasters or Bucks. You know, the ones that need like 5 million total NX and APRs to get to 30k. I thought it was gonna be like that, but it's not at all close, not even remotely. So we go and form up our OPQ party here, just because this is in the rules. Everyone tells me this is allowed, so I go ahead and just do it. Like, at least 20 people said, go do OPQ, you fool. Go do it. Get that HP. Get those pet equip, like those extra pet accessories. I am not the best leader here because I haven't done OPQ in around like 2 years. I'm very kind of rusted out from this. Like, I don't know how to do it. I have a vague idea with the guide open, and I do my best to lead. But yeah, lobby is just finding the right record disc assigned to the day. On the day we were playing on this session, on this kind of sequence, it was dark blue. I mess up here because I forget to advise the party to not drop, to drop the records one at a time. Like, I think everybody just kind of, as soon as they got a record, they just plopped it on the player, and that'll mess it up. In case they get the right record to get absorbed. If you put the wrong one, it'll override it. So yeah, and I also didn't recruit a mage, so the far right kind of a box can't be broken. We can't access it. We don't have flash jump, and even with 123 jump, we can't get to it. So I do my best here. I try to, consolidate, team effort towards one singular task, and just focus it all there. I run into some trouble here because I'm not at all qualified to lead. Since I don't know precisely what I'm going to do at any given moment, and I have not optimized my method to do this PQ, where I did before, but I forgot how to do it. And your party members can detect these sort of things. They can see that a leader might not know what they're doing, or the leader might have just been upfront that I have no idea what I'm doing, guys. And when that happens, as a member, I think that it'll just encourage, independent play and just maybe harder to get efforts into one sort of task. And I have struggled with that a lot here. For instance, here, I have no idea how to do this. I just assume it's like APQ stage 2, and I just kind of say, hey everybody, let's do it like stage 2 in APQ. Y'all have done that, right? And it's just kind of silly because they're nothing alike. There's no same or different kind of notifier. It just says the platform 1 is the same. I don't know what that means, and I don't feel like digging too deep to figure it out. But everyone kind of moves on their own, and we get very lucky. It's 050. Just lucked out there. So yeah, I screw up this PQ, and I ruined this because there's like a little piece, like the pointier statue piece. You get one of them, and then the cloud guy gives it to you, and then you have to talk to him again to exchange for the actual piece you drop onto the statue. And I just forgot to talk to him twice or something. And as a result, we screw it up. Like, it doesn't let you exchange it? I don't know. But apparently it was undoable when we left the room after finishing that part. We were supposed to get the statue piece. And yeah, I just feel bad because I want to, lead the party to success. Like, our success is dependent on one another. We need to all work together. And that's just kind of the awesomeness of just these old kind of PQs. They're very kind of team-centric. Just kind of rely on each other, right? It's a lot less like how it's just solo story lately. And there's walkway. This stage here is a little tricky because those little stone pieces are very small and they can blend in with the clouds, and if you miss one, it's you have to redo the PQ. So another thing with OPQ is that there's like zero margin of error for this PQ. If you miss a singular one of those, collect 30 of these etceteras to exchange for the statue piece, or you forget to click an NPC, or get one statue piece, or do one thing wrong, yeah, you have to redo it. And it's also annoying how the leader has to go in with everybody for one room, so you can't split up and divide your party to accomplish tasks simultaneously. So it's going to be just very unoptimized and inefficient. Just do each stage one at a time as fast as you can, and here we are climbing to the top. And right about here is when I have to give up leadership because I keep trying to request that everybody just hits the levers just randomly as fast as they can, because this stage here doesn't tell you any information on what you did wrong with the levers. It doesn't say like, oh, 2 are wrong or 1 is wrong, so on and so forth. It just says it's not right. And I think that's just poorly designed, because it should tell you how to correctly do the PQ by going in a process of elimination. And I can't see, I'm not up there, so I don't know if everyone's hitting randomly. I want to believe they are, because as a good member of a team, you need to have trust in your party. But it's not going through, and I'm spam clicking. And I think even one member says, I haven't been hitting. So I'm like, oh, let's all try to get on the same page here. And yeah, eventually the Shad comes down here, and then he's like, you want me to try? And I'm like, absolutely, man. It's all yours. Have at it. So we get on the same page, what I wanted everyone to do originally, and it goes through quickly. I don't know if that was just like bad luck when I was spam clicking or what. But I think right around here is when we are all realizing that I messed up, I goofed, and as a result, we failed. So we just have to redo this real quick, and then we're just going to cut to a redo sequence to the same point up here. So this is another round there. I request to get these diary pages for the, what's it called, the Record of Goddess Minerva. These Celians don't respond, the ones that drop the pages to the diary. So apparently you have to do multiple OPQs to even undo that quest. So apparently it's just undoable. It's not even possible for an Iron Man. And that's fine. That's fine. And then we're trying to get this piece to stick on that stupid statue. But there's like an invisible platform. I forgot about that. We just have to jump a little bit more to the left, and then he finds it there, and then get the piece to sink in onto the statue. Restore it, and then we're gearing for Papa Pixie. This stage is pretty straightforward. Just kind of collect the strange seeds, drop them in the planters, get the Nepentdeaths to spawn, kill the Nepentdeath. I think it has to be a black Nepentdeath, and then you kill the black one, and then that spawns the Papa Pixie. So we go all and do that. We all go and do it. And this was, I was doing OPQ a lot on my other account because I was hunting monster cards. And yeah, I just wish I remembered how to do it a little better, because we could do it, at one point we optimized the PQ to around 25 minutes per run. And we could do it just like freaky fast. And we're all just kind of struggling together here. We're just trying to figure it out. We think we failed again. We were trying to use the strange seeds, but we need to use the even stranger one that dropped from Papa Pixie. Find the right planter. So I go and try to do that. I just kind of test out all the planters that I go and just order in each order. And I even I get a little concerned. I'm like, huh, that's odd. Where's the grass? Why isn't the grass popping out? Come out. But it's going to be the very next one, I think. Top left. Yeah. Get this one here to pop out, and yeah, get that little weed, grass of life. Give it to the leader, put it in the middle of the statue, and knock out OPQ. This is a finished PQ now. So we can Olaf 2 is completed. That's very nice. Now we can continue in the sequence, which is going to take a little while, but it's nice. I was super stoked to meet everybody here. Just they're all super chill, so lucky, so chill. I'll remember them forever. Just one of those good memories, like reminiscent of old school times. OPQ was nice back in the day, just because grinding was so slow and game moved at a slower pace. Life moved slower back then, so people were willing to stick together and muddle through a PQ. But once Looty Maze came out, then it became obsolete, I think. That's just the best option. I look for area bosses, I don't find any. So here's very, very important. We go to a test play here, simulation, boogie stun. And the arm animation arms turn into ribbons, and then you get stunned. It's for around 2 seconds. So confirmed, we will get stun locked if we don't clear the boogies immediately, and if all of them kind of do that stun attack at the same time to us. Yeah, we have to be careful, but I think we'll be fine. We can pop a power elixir, body tank Zack temporarily, and then just kind of do the Fury on them all. They only have 20k HP, so they will die immediately with a Jolt because we'll have that active. So I'm not worried at all about the boogies anymore. They're trivial, and that in turn will make our Zakum run. I'm anticipating it to be very easy. People are freaking me out kind of with all this sort of like terror and just horror stories, war stories about Zakum being the hardest fight ever and how it's going to be like the pinnacle of any Iron Man. But my impression now, like we kind of moved past all the pain. Like it's still, the pain still affects us, but you know, we're through it now. I'm not doing anything important, so this is going to be very easy, I think. I don't expect a challenge whatsoever. It's just going to be a stamina fight, and I'm going to kind of get my reserves all filled up. You know, like I'm going to eat a bunch of food the last couple of days. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to stay hydrated, and you know, recover fully from the break before we go Zakum. And marathon fight, I'll be ready for it. Find a blue mushroom here. Got extremely lucky. Anyways, Chimera was found on channel 4, so was the blue mushroom. People must have forgot to just check this channel when they're getting area bosses or something. But yeah, this boss is never up, so just super lucky about that. Long respawn time too, like what, 6 hours or something? So it definitely doesn't come up every now and then, but we get reset time to do follow the leader quest. I had to buy a whole new pet because it doesn't register for the snail, it's just not coded yet to even have the quest pop up, so that's fine. Because I kind of like the aesthetic of the bunny, and I also was thinking about wearing a pet equipment and scrolling it for HP just to get even more before we go Zakum. And I had a lot of practice with this JQ before, just from community events, like get first place up to the top and you get 50 apples or something, and everybody's just scrambling to the top. So I've done this a lot before. I've never done follow the leader, so I'm also very lost. I think, do I have to climb to the top, get a pet snack from that guy, he'll sell me one? I fall and then I just go and buy the exclusive, you know, snack that your pet eats, waste 1k NX, because the guy tells me you don't have a pet snack, and I go like, I guess I don't have a pet snack. Climb to the top, which is also not the right decision. It's not the right thing to do, because that NPC must be just a placeholder. It doesn't do anything. I just look up the term pet snack and find it, buy it with barely enough NX left over. So that is follow the leader done, Olaf done, and now we're at Olaf 5. I think we're going to stop here. This is the last Olaf we're going to do, because the one after this has got some very contested bosses, like even more contested than the ones in 5. Like in 6, it's going to be very hard, and I don't think we can't even zerk any of them, like Kachimusha. No way. And here's why I died due to lag. So that was just unfortunate. Used up a safety charm. Park here at Pianist. This was insane, man, because I just parked my character in this map for around 10 hours this given day, and while I'm kind of surfing channels, I noticed that there are double-digit players just doing the same thing, kind of have the same idea. They park their character and maybe just kind of keep an eye on it while they AFK and wait for pianos to spawn. I think it's very, very long respawn time. 16 hours for left and 24 for right. I mean, that's what it says according to the forums, but I thought that the left one was 72-hour respawn time. But anyways, those aren't the exact ones. It's plus or minus like 25% of the actual timer, so it can spawn at any given time. I do some scrolling here because I'm bored. 360 overall dex 60s, 1 passes, 2 fail, and that's just ridiculous, man. I don't know what's going on with this game, but I don't really care. It's just the overall kind of sucked anyways. But here's pianist. Do a full zerk. This is extremely important here because it gives us our DPM calculation updated for Zakum. The cancel weapon attacks and cancel magic attacks simulate what Zakum will be doing, and it's also, we'll just be standing in front of it, so this is a very close DPM calculation. I assumed that we're going to get dispelled, so I thought that each dispel would kind of simulate a stun in a way, where we would have to rebuff and eat up like 2 seconds, kind of like how the pillar will stun you for a little while, but it's like bugged out. I don't know why it doesn't work. We don't get affected by any status ailments, and we don't get affected by any sort of dispels. I make a few misplays in the beginning, but we're very lucky because we were in iframes. But I should stop. I needed to stop attacking when these blood blooms are summoned, because when they spawn in front of us or on top of us and we attack, we can blow ourselves up and just die. So yeah, I just kind of adjust my playstyle there, be more careful. And my HP auto is also set too high because I set it to 5 ticks to the right because I'm a little unsure about if I can zerk Pap, so I go a little safer. But yeah, I think 25% at auto HP is too high for us. We need to downgrade our HP pot, which I do later on. We downgrade to Barbarian Elixirs, which is 1.5k recovery for HP. And we can also hold higher stacks, so I think that's just perfect, you know, just perfect, because we're gonna get more and more HP towards the end. We'll end up at around like 25k with HP. So here's the final number for our zerk range. We'll need 7,478 at the very end of this episode for zerk 10, and that's just perfect. Yeah, we'll be completely safe. We'll be at no risk of dying with Barbarian Elixirs as Zakum, and even here, we're never at risk of dying, even at 4 ticks to the right when we do adjust with the soda pops. Also gives us a nice sort of pot calculation, because I sort of count the number of pots we use throughout this pianist, which is going to be, I think, around 448. But yeah, each time it cancels weapon attack, I kind of pop my head out for the cave to kind of wait out the duration of it. But I think after the next one, I'm just going to kind of stay in the map and just kind of fight it out so that it does more of those blood boom spawn abilities to kind of max out the sort of maximum amount of mobs in the map, so that whenever it uses it, it's just going to be a dud spell kind of in a way. But yeah, it's nice. So we down this in 2 jelts. And I think that this pianist is 30 million HP, so 2 jelts, we do around, what, like 15 million per jelt. With the Faldazan, DPM estimates will be at around 1.68 million damage per minute with the Faldazan, with the jelt. And I think that's acceptable. A little higher than I actually expected. So that is just dandy. And yep, gonna pop our second jelt pretty soon here, and I have a bad habit currently where I would use Iron Will and Iron Body when I have Jelt active, because a Jelt will give you, I think, around 100 or 120 magic and weapon defense. So when I use those lower kind of defensive buffs, it'll override the Jelt and like kind of cheat me out. Not cheat, but just lower my defenses by around 60, which is a noticeable amount. It will kind of affect the amount of damage we take, and I need to undo that kind of bad habit. It you know, who knows, it could make the difference if we accidentally do something stupid. It could save us or prevent us from dying, just having an extra defensive stats. But pretty soon this pianist is going to start glitching. I don't know what happens, because when it kind of does this next cancel weapon, I'm going to leave and then come back in, and then you'll kind of see what happens. But yeah, what happens basically is that I'm not sure. I'm confused because I haven't been here that long, but pianist kind of begins this idle animation, much like how Zakum will when he runs out of MP, or it runs out of MP. Yeah, I'm not really sure what that's all about, but I'm cool with that. I'm not really complaining, because when it kind of gets stuck like that, it kind of makes us do more damage more efficiently. Although I feel like it might throw off calculations, but I'm not really sure, because this might simulate just when Zakum runs out of MP. So we could maybe very well just use these numbers. But yeah, I very well might have had to use another attack pot of another denomination if we had to fight this pianist normally with it using its abilities and us getting knocked back and having to kind of watch out and all that and have cancel weapon attacks. But yeah, I'm chill with it. I'm okay just using 2 gels for this. And I'm not sure. Is it because we kept leaving and entering that it messed up? Because I doubt that it ran out of MP. It's got like over 1 million MP. And we've been here less than 20 minutes. We've only been here like, what, 17 minutes so at this point. But yeah, these Zerk 10 lines are okay. Like, I think I saw a 20k line somewhere before, which is awesome. Like, I'm pretty stoked about that. We're pretty strong. I mean, no, we're not. We're not strong at all. Both our spears suck. They're not at all where I want to be at the end. But for Zakum, for all purposes, Zakum-wise, we're going to knock this out the park. Like, I am supremely confident right now. There's no way we can fail this Zakum. And I'll prove it. And if I make a fool of myself, I won't take back my words. I'll just say like, oh, I was feeling real confident, before then. But yeah, like, there's nothing that can kill us. I mean, we'll just hope the iframes overlap when the boogies come out and then kill them all. And as long as we do that, get it down, get body 1 down, the rest of the 2 bodies will be just cake. Like, I was worried about DPM and pot estimates, but here's my pot estimate right here. We used 448 for that whole pianist. That was 20 minutes. So 448 times 3 is 1,344. And then my current estimate for pianist is 6 hours. I mean, not pianist, for Zakum is 6 hours. So 1344 times 6 is 8,064 of the soda pops, which we're not going to use. We're going to use Barbarian Elixirs. So maybe we'll just go in with like 10k pots, and that'll be more than enough. 1k ACPs. Cake. We can even carry like attack pots with us and just other junk that I would normally would have scrapped to save space. But yeah. And then here's my calculation for Zakum, 482.1, because Zakum has 482 million and 100,000 HP, divided by 30, which is the amount of HP pianist has 30 million, equals 16.07. 16.07 times 20 minutes is 321.4 minutes, divided by 60 is 5.3567 hours. So we're gonna destroy Zakum in under 6 hours, maybe. Like, we're going to be hit with a 15% damage penalty reduction because of our level gap. We're 15 levels under it. So I'm not sure how to math that into the calculation. Maybe I'll just take 15% of 321.4 minutes and just add that to the total estimate. But even then, that's just only going to add an hour maximum to our kind of, calculation there. What was the original estimate? Like 9 to 10 hours? Yeah, thank goodness we're not there anymore. It's manageable, I think. As long as I don't, kiss the body and get wrecked while I'm in Zerk. While I'm in Zerked, I see no possible way that we're gonna lose to this run. So yeah, I mean, as I was talking, we just did a bunch of various bosses and HP quests, I think. We finally get some Tomahawk potions, I think, this time around. I think we get like 3 or 4. That's alright, that's chill. So 40-ish minutes of max movement speed. Arms will be dead by then, and that's the most important thing. As soon as arms are dead, we're not going to be moving much at all in front of the body. Probably stand a little farther away from the Zakum. I was thinking, like, have you noticed this phenomena where when you're Zakin, what's the one class that always dies by accident? That's right, it's the warrior, it's the palette, it's your crash, or it's always your hero, your dark. They all kind of die at the same frequency. It's from kissing the body, I think, or lag. Like they might be used to auto HP and just not potting, or the lag killed them. I don't know, but it's always the warriors that end up dying as Zakum, and I'm trying not to be overconfident because of that fact. But I think we'll be just fine. Get our Bigfoot down there for Olaf. That's a ton of HP, like EXP. I gelted the Bigfoot because I hate Bigfoot now. I hate killing it. But that went down around like 45 minutes. So we're stronger now. I'm looking for Crow. I don't find any. And then I kind of give up there and just think I just go for the 1500 leaf kill for Olaf. Get the last one. The TOT mobs don't go towards it. And I was so annoyed at that. But it makes sense. Maybe TOT is just kind of its own separate biome kind of area, So maybe it'll be like kill 2,000 TOT mobs later on. I don't know. I try to look for a Leviathan card to up the drop rate for Dark Wyverns to get more Spear 60s, more Spirits and Scales, and Power Crystal Ores. Throw a couple 10% just to mess around. They all fail. So I think now we're 3 for 5. No, yeah, 3 for 6 or something for 10%. I am not able to do Master at all. Like, it's been so long. I've been trying to practice these maps, but I immediately always get demoted as soon as I do a Master JQ for Gauntlet. So I don't know if we're gonna make the leaderboard. So look at this. This is so messed up. We just found a nice glove, and then we go 1 for 3. So our 60% this session are 3 for 7. That's under 50%. At the end of, when we clear Zakum, I'm gonna count and tally up every single scroll we used, and I'm gonna have totals kind of shown towards like kind of the final screen of just the totals and our equipment and total time played and like everything we accomplished in this Iron Man till we cleared the Zakum. And you'll see just how screwed up this is. Like, this is like abusive. Like, the game is like abusing us. But then again, I don't really care because I want to, you know, the ones that are going to count for GFAs are going to be the ones that go in an SCG or something. But just seeing that was just so, I mean, I'm not really annoyed at this point. It's just so typical, you know? So once you see something enough, you go through this bad experience enough times, I just kind of became indifferent, which is just bad. Get our Halloween chair. I was hunting those for the Flaming Feather to do that, what's that called, the Loot Security Guy quest, but that drop is apparently extremely rare, and I haven't found a single one in this playthrough yet, and I'm knowing our drop rate luck on this character, I give up. Don't care at all. Like, screw that, man. No more of this luck-based kind of RNG, like gambling. Just yeah, not gonna set myself for disappointment any longer. So this is the final part of the HP quest here. This is like one of my more preferred ones because it's nice EXP and it's very easy, and they drop very quickly. So I, you know, wear equipment again. I think I just do this because the more MP I have, the longer I can, you know, use Crusher. Maybe can further optimize my MP pots that I bring in with Zakum. Although grinding the MP3 map kind of gave me an idea. Instead of Unagis, I use those little milk chocolate things because they heal 1,000 MP and HP. So just more efficiency on that aspect there. And yeah, our HP is kind of going to be at the peak where we're at right now. I might take a couple more days, take my time, maybe get one more last minute Gachapon session. We had like, I don't know, 500 tokens here, so I was debating whether or not to spend them all on a temporary 90-day belt, and trying to scroll it, chaos it with those witch scrolls. But I opt for just gels because these are very finite on an Iron Man. Like, you're never going to get these anywhere else, and they're permanent until you use them. So yeah, that's where we wrapped up the session here. We got 130. And now we're ready to Zakum. Maybe just take our time, a few more days, get some more NX, do a few more chows, a few more paps. So here's like an outro. There's a GM event going on, so I go ahead and do this. It's just like a jump quest with water that comes up, kind of like Wish Tower with the chocolate. Yeah, you just can't touch the liquid. And then I keep falling because it's so hard to see with like a million people just like jumping. And then I almost get eliminated there. But luckily we just squeak on by. I think we were like 1 second away from failing that. So thank goodness. Because at the very least, I want the blessing of the GM because that skill is so nice. I think it gives like 50 accuracy and just a bunch of like boosts, and it lasts a good amount of time too, like what, 30 minutes? Just kind of playfully thinking, what if we get a Chaos Scroll or something? What if we get a Chaos Scroll? If we did, I would have just held on to it because I think an Olaf later needs you to use one, and I am skeptical we're going to catch anything good on this character, ever. I mean, surely maybe we keep playing it up till Horntail. We'll maybe get something good, maybe one thing, but I've accepted at this point this character is just going to be cursed and unlucky, and I'll try to complain a lot less now. Like, we're strong enough to do Zakum solo, so that's all I care about. Just complain less. You know, I've seen the same failures happen so many times already. No point in getting upset anymore. It's just pointless. So yeah, those are our totals. The first screen is with normal spear. That's our range with normal. This one's with our slow spear. So yeah, nice. We're gonna go with the Faldazan, so we'll catch up next episode, and next time will be the big finale. It'll be the Zakum clear, and I'll probably stream this. I'll probably share my screen on Discord if you wanted to tune in and watch it live. But yeah, just something if you wanted to do. It would involve you joining the Discord channel for this Iron Man, the community. But if you don't want to do that, we'll have the video up shortly. I'll try to get it out soon. So with that, we can just make our series public again, and I can just go and, you know, maybe think of new ideas to do. So thank you all very much again for watching. I appreciate you for being here. I'm glad to have you here as always. And yeah, let me know if you liked it or if you didn't like it or what you want to see done. And yeah, hunt continues, and yeah, looking forward to the next big thing we accomplish. So take care, and goodbye.